Welcome to another video. Today we're going to review the most versatile helmet I've ever owned, and that is the Nexx X.Wed3. So it's not the best name, but it is a really nice helmet. So let's go. If I'm talking about the helmet should be good for me. I'm quite a versatile rider, so that means that I have a lot of bikes. I have a cruiser bike, a Harley Davidson, multiple ADV bikes, sort of a hard enduro bike. So yeah, I was looking for a helmet that was good for everything, and I think the Nexx is the helmet for me. So first talk about the comfort and weight, because I think that's the most important thing on a helmet. So this helmet has a carbon fiber shell, but it is a little bit heavy, but that is because they've put a lot of functions and extras in the helmet. So they've put, of course, a sunscreen, action camera mount, a lot of ventilation options, a really nice comfortable liner. So that makes the helmet a little bit heavy, but it is really well balanced. It reminds me of a Shoei helmet. So I've had Shoei helmets in the past, and they are also quite heavy, especially the Neotech, for example, but they are really well balanced. So as soon as you're riding, it's the same with the GS, as soon as you're riding, the weight disappears. In this case, it's not any different. So although it's pretty heavy, it's a really nice, well balanced helmet. So what I really like is the versatility of the helmet. So now I have removed the peak, as you can see, and this makes the helmet sort of a sport bike like helmet, which is really nice, because I've used this on my 1250 GS on the road and also on my Harley Davidson, just to make it a little bit tough looking helmet. And I don't like the peak when you're riding, let's say, faster than 140 kilometers an hour. And sometimes I do with my R1250 GS. Now, so that means that you need to have a helmet where you can remove the peak quite easily. And in this case, it is. I've had helmets before, and then you can also remove the peak quite easily, but then you need to put on blind covers on it where the peak should be, or it's part of this visor, so you need to remove the visor, and that's quite annoying. And in this case, you can easily remove the peak by yourself really easily. Also, visor replacement is also quite easy. But what's also really good is that you can use this with MX goggles. So you have a sort of a thing at the back where you can put your MX goggles through, so it's fixed in a really nice position. You can remove this visor if you want, but you can also use the visor together with the MX goggles. You cannot close it, but still it's really nice to do. So I've used this on full day of off-road riding on quite difficult tracks with a MX goggle, and it worked absolutely awesome. Also, I didn't have any fatigue with the helmet, so that's also really nice. So the versatility of this helmet is a really big plus. If you have the luxury to have multiple helmets, you can say, okay, why do you have such a versatile helmet? But I think it's really nice to have something that you can use for everything. It's almost the same as a BMW GS. Still, I think this is the helmet for a BMW GS rider, but also, of course, other adventure riders or just road riders. I think it's really nice. So what I also really like as a content creator, but maybe you're an aspiring content creator, yeah, you want to make some content, or you're just making content for your family, it has built-in action camera mounts, which is, yeah, really nice, because that makes the versatility of this helmet even better. So you can also use, of course, normal mounts if you have a helmet that isn't like this. So I would highly recommend the Go Moto mounts. I also have a discount here below, but this is even better than such a mount, because this cannot get loose. So it's really sturdy. It is a bit ugly, I have to admit, but for me it's a really nice addition to have my action camera mounted really easily on this helmet. In terms of safety, of course, it's the ECE 22.06, so it's the newest safety rating. It is a double D thingy, but it has a magnet in it, so that's also pretty nice. It makes it a little bit easier to close it, so I really like that as well. I like a lot about this helmet. Yeah, I'm sorry, this will be a very positive review. So I've also used, or am using, the built-in communication system that's based on a Sena system, and I would normally not recommend the communication system specifically for one helmet, because if you buy it and let's say you sell your helmet for after a couple of years, then you need to sell your communication system with it. But I have to say it's quite nice. The installation is pretty substantial. You need to take your time, don't rush it, but once you have it installed, you have no wires at all. It's completely spaghetti free, and that's one thing that I really like. Also the quality of the more expensive system, again based on Sena, it has DMC, so it's really good. You can also connect to other brands. Of course, I would highly recommend to search for friends who use the same brand of communication system, and if they don't, get new friends. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it always works better to have Sena to Sena, Cardo to Cardo, but it's possible nowadays in 2025, so that's also really nice. The sound quality is perfect. You need to get used to how it works, because if you're a Cardo person like me, it does take a little bit of a learning curve. So it's the same as switching from iPhone to Android. It's a little bit different, but after a while it works perfectly, and I would highly recommend to consider this communication system in this helmet. In conclusion, my overall thoughts about this helmet: I think the build quality is absolutely awesome. The price is a little bit steep, but you do get a lot of helmet back for it. It has all the features you can think of, most features I think of any helmet in the market out there, especially if you consider the built-in action camera mounts. It is a really well balanced helmet, so it's a little bit on the heavy side, but if you consider all the functions it has, it isn't that heavy. And of course, because it's really well balanced, you don't feel the weight. And I really like the versatility of this helmet. I think it's the most versatile helmet on the market right now. So if you're looking for a versatile helmet, this is the one to consider, if of course it fits you, because a helmet fitting is really personal. In case of fitting, I think it has the same fitment as a showy helmet. In this case, I have a size large, and I normally have that as well with my showy helmets. So for me, it's personally really good, but some people have showy heads, Nexx heads, RI heads. It really depends. So I always recommend to check it out at the stores, and preferably buy that over there. And of course, there are some cons. So I've been riding this a whole day in a lot of sand and dust, and it was quite dry. And in that case, my sun visor did get blocked a little bit, so it didn't work properly after that day. So you need to remove the sun visor, clean it a bit, and then you can put it back, and then it works flawlessly again. That's one thing to consider. You can also remove the sun visor as a whole if you want that, but you don't have any photochromic visor right now. Maybe they're coming with that in the future, but that's the only niggle I can think of. And of course the weight, if you are searching for the lightest helmet possible, then this is not the helmet for you. But overall, I'm really happy with this helmet, and I would highly recommend to check it out. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about this helmet, please let me know down below. If you are thinking, okay, I like this kind of videos, please consider to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Hey, are you still watching? Good. Thank you very much for watching this video until the end. I hope you liked it, and if you do, please consider to subscribe, because that would really help the channel. For now, if you want to see anything more, this is my recommended video for you. This is my latest video for you, and again, if you want to subscribe, please tap here.